want to ask you a question about Texas redistricting. As you know, President Trump has recently encouraged, I'll use that, Texas Republicans to do mid-cycle redistricting in order to gain more seats in the House of Representatives. I understand that after the president made that decision or that announcement, you personally sent a letter on July 7 to Texas in your capacity as Assistant Attorney General, arguing that 4 Democratic districts violate federal law. Is that the case?
It is the case that I sent a letter under my authority to administer the Voting Rights Act and indicate that in light of our analysis of 4 so-called coalition districts in Texas, that those districts were inconsistent with the Voting Rights Act.
And the date of July 7 was just coincidental, that it occurred after the president had called on the Texas legislature to do mid-decade redistricting?
I don't remember what date, Senator. I probably sent 300 letters since I've been in this office. And so what I can say is that I send no letter or make no request without proper investigation.
Have you sent any other state legislature a letter where you have indicated that districts within their state are in violation of federal law?
Not yet.
More redistricting to come?
I don't know. I have to investigate the facts.
Before you sent the letter on July 7, did you have any conversation with any representatives of the White House?
Senator, as you're aware, there are privileges that are involved in all executive branch communications, and without, I'm not able to testify without breaching the Department of Justice's guidelines in that regard, so I'm unable to answer any questions about conversations I may have had with other executive branch officials.
I'm not asking you what the content of the conversation was. I'm asking whether there was any conversation with anyone from the White House before you sent that July 7 letter.
Senator, I have the same answer. I think you're aware of the broad scope of privileges that apply to lawyers' conduct.
Well, here's what I'm aware of. The president made a directive, which is highly unusual, telling a legislature, the Texas legislature, mid-decade to do redistricting, when we do that every 10 years. And it just so happened that the Assistant Attorney General sent a letter to that legislature after the president made his announcement and said that your investigation suggests 4 districts are in violation of federal law.
Is there a question, Senator?
There's a point here that it's hard to believe that that wasn't coordinated.
Well, let me draw your attention to a different fact that refutes your argument, namely the governor of the state that I called home for 25 years also called for redistricting in the state of California, and I haven't sent a letter to California. So correlation is not causation, Senator.
Which 4 districts did you say are in violation?
I did not come here to testify about that, but if you wish to have a follow-up with me about it, I'm happy to pull up my research. I'm not...
Would I be surprised that those were Democratic districts?
I don't know how to answer that, Senator. I'm not here to testify about that. I'm sure it's convenient to try to distract from the purpose of this hearing, which is to talk about DEI, but that is not what I'm prepared to testify about here today, Senator.
You have put a freeze on activities that the Justice Department in your division had done before, and you have walked out of settlements. I'm going to talk about Lowndes County in Alabama.
Senator, I think you're misinformed. There was a temporary freeze prior to my taking office. There's no freeze on activities. I filed numerous lawsuits, opened dozens and dozens of investigations, entered into numerous settlements, opened hate crime investigations involving numerous religious backgrounds. So I don't know what you're talking about, Senator.
Well,